Welcome to Memorial Day Mayhem 2019 at Albuquerque Dragway at Mesa del Sol. Tonight it's Rods versus Outlaw 8.5 eliminations. This program is a combined effort of Albuquerque Dragway and ProView Sports and is brought to you by Whatever It Takes Construction and Homes by Levat, Ben's Automotive in Santa Fe, and TPC Roofing. It's Memorial Day Mayhem 2019 Rods and Outlaw 8.5 elimination bracket race. 8 cars, 8 drivers, but only one winner. Tonight, you'll meet each driver, learn about their car and how they're fine-tuning it for maximum performance at altitude here in Albuquerque at 5,280 feet. For the competition tonight, there will be a random draw to determine the seeding for the first round. Those 4 winners will then have another random draw to determine the seeding for the second round, and then those 2 winners will race for a trip to the winner's circle. In tonight's program, you'll hear driver Lyle Greenberg interview the competitors in their pit area before and after each round, so you'll know exactly what's going on.
Hey, we're here with Art Cordova. Art, you're the #1 qualifier this weekend. How's it going?
It's going good. I was really happy with the first run. That was the first run with the new motor. So I was happy we had first pass success. With flawless launch pretty much last night.
Tell me about the new motor. How big a motor is it?
Well, it's the same motor we've been using. We just had it rebuilt because we kicked out the rods last year in the burnout of the final race.
And you're running a nitrous car, so how many stages of nitrous and how much horsepower?
Well, the motor dyno is at 1,500 horsepower, and we've got 3 nitrous kits, so we can add another 1,000 horsepower with that.
1,000, so that's 2,500 horsepower total.
Yeah, it takes up about 2,500.
Yeah.
But most of the time we can't run all 3 kits because of limitation of the track.
Right. So how much are you running today?
Well, we tried running a 600 and that didn't work, so we're going to go back to what we did last night, which was 500.
And you don't know who you're racing, but it'll be an interesting thing with this coin flip or chip draw, or what is it they're doing out there?
Yeah, I understand they're going to be drawing chips out of a hat to determine the first round pairing, so it's going to be interesting. Looking forward to it. Should build excitement, right?
Cool. Well, that'll be different. All right, Art, good. Congratulations on your #1 qualifying, and good luck today.
Okay, thanks.
And we're with Robert Malone, who's from Durango, Colorado. Robert, this is your first time at the track, isn't it?
No, I was here last year a little bit in a different car.
Which car was that?
It was a 67 Camaro.
Okay. All right, so tell us a little bit about this car.
This is I think it's a Bickle car, and it's purposely built with a 732 cubic inch motor in it.
Okay. Nitrous oxide?
Nitrous, 2 hits of nitrous. This is the first time we've run this car, so basically it's a learning experience for both of us, you might say.
Well, I know I saw yesterday they were trying to fix the pedals for you because you're a pretty big guy.
Yeah, and it was where the brake pedal is in relation to my foot and everything else. I was running an RJ car, a GXP, mountain motor car, and then we got this one.
So when you say a mountain motor car, how big a motor did that have?
832.
832 cubic inches. Now, those are normally aspirated, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So how quick have you gone this weekend?
Oh, I don't even know. I'm just trying to get to A and B. I haven't looked how quick it is.
So one of the things about our track here is it's tricky to get down, and that's a pretty normal thing for everybody is how the heck do you get from A to B? What are you guys doing to try to make that happen?
No, it's either we got too much power or too little power, so we're trying to hit the sweet spot in the middle.
And what are you doing to make that happen?
Oh, just the tune-up. No, can't tell you all the secrets.
We couldn't help but notice the awesome wrap on this car. I'm assuming there's some sort of Memorial Day tie-in here.
That's correct. Basically, you can have any kind of sponsors you want on your race car, but basically all these people that are in our service and does all our service work and our military and so on and so forth, they're their true sponsors who let all of us do this stuff.
It's awesome. I know, I have many friends who served our country, and every one of them, if they saw this car right now, would be going, that's an awesome wrap. Nice job.
Yeah, thank you. And there's a friend of mine in Houston, Texas did the wrap named Bull Prince, and my wife was the one that designed all of it. And it's just our way to give back.
Cool. Well, thank you so much. Nice job. So I'm with Robert Costa. Robert Costa is the owner and operator of Albuquerque Dragway, and you're putting on the Memorial Day race here with rods, and one of the things we have is it's spring in New Mexico, and we've got lots of wind. Is there a point at which there's too much wind and we have to put the race off?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that we necessarily measure it with a mile an hour. It's kind of more of a feeling of the wind has gotten too strong. The dirt and dust flying around, that's probably the bigger indicator. Also the direction that the wind is coming from, whether it's a crosswind or headwind or tailwind, all of those things are factors. But yes, it can get to be too strong where we cannot race. But we haven't gotten to that point yet.
So my observation here is we've had a pretty wet spring, and it doesn't seem like there's quite as much dust flying around as normally is. That's got to help a little bit.
Absolutely. The moisture in the ground helps. Also, with all the moisture, we start to get a little bit of ground cover, and all those weeds that everybody hates in New Mexico is really good for keeping the wind down.
Absolutely. Well, we'll hope that the wind stays at least down long enough so we can run the race.
Absolutely. If not, we might wait it out a little while while, but usually the winds don't stick around too long. Usually as the sun goes down, it really starts to calm down, and I think we'll get the race in.
Great. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate your time. We're here with Mike LeBate. He's the number 2 qualifier today in the Rods event on Memorial Day weekend at Albuquerque Dragway. Hey Mike, what do you think of your weekend so far?
Well, it's been a pretty fast one. We're not as happy as we'd like to be right now, but the car, it's got plenty of potential. We're going to turn it up a little bit for first round, so I think we ought to be able to win this thing.
Cool. Now we were watching that last run there, and the car didn't really make it down the track. What was going on there?
I think it just overpowered after it shifted. It started rattling the tire. I got out of it, got back in it, and it instantly started rattling the tire again. But I think we could pull a little power right at that point, and I think we ought to be able to make it down this next time.
Cool. So how quick do you think it'll go on the next run?
I'm thinking we should be able to get it to go at least a 50. I mean, I think that's all the track's going to hold to this weekend.
So typical Albuquerque track, a little tricky, a little windy, so 450, huh?
Yeah, it is pretty windy today.
Yeah, it is. All right, great. Thanks, Mike.
You betcha. Thank you.
Okay, so I got my 7 drivers here. We got 7 cars left in the field. So they're gonna do a random chip draw to see who is going to race who. Because right now they don't know who's racing who. They're all qualified in the show, they're all ready to go, and we're gonna find out who their pair is. And the quickest qualified car will receive lane choice in this first round. And we'll do this again in the second round, and the car that ran the quickest time in the previous round will get lane choice then.
Okay.
So, and then we'll have 2 for the final, and we'll be ready to go. So we're going to bring these guys out to the 60-foot mark and do a chip draw for them.
All right, let's go. This is the finals for the real Outlaw door slammers. And joining us is the proprietor of the facility, Robert Costa. How you doing?
I'm doing really well. We just did our first round draw for our rods class. First time we've ever done this. So we have some interesting combinations that are going to come in the first round. So instead of your normal 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7 ladder, we're randomly doing it. And kind of looks interesting. Had a little smack talk on the starting line, so we'll see what happens with the pairings.
Well, that's fantastic. And you had some special sponsors for this, TPC Roofing. You also had Whatever It Takes Construction.
Yep, Mike
Homes by LeBay,
Mm-hmm.
and also had Ben's Automotive, who is the 2018 defending champ. Are we going to see probably Ben's in the winner's circle? Or you think Mike's going to get after him? And Mike was the 2017 winner.
Yeah, so we have 2 multiple-time champions there, and it'll be interesting to see. Art is the #1 qualifier. He's got a bye in the first round. Mike has to get his way into the second round, but I wouldn't say that my money isn't on either one of them. Both cars are very capable, and they should put down some really great numbers.
But you have weekly bracket races that are going on as well. The McKinney Motor Company Super Pro. They also have the New Signs and Graphics Pro. The Seductions Sportsman's, and the Torco Race Junior Dragsters.
Yes.
So talk a little bit about what is the difference between a Super Pro and a Pro.
So Super Pro and Pro has a delay box primarily. A delay box allows them to react to the light differently than they do in one car versus another. Also, they're traditionally a little bit faster than the Pro cars, but not always. And sometimes it's a little bit more of an experienced driver, but again, not always. We've had people driving in the Pro class for decades, and they feel very comfortable there, and they'll stay there.
Well, that's fantastic. right, we're here with Mike LeBate, who just won first round here at the Rods Race, Memorial Day at Albuquerque Dragway, with low ET of the event, 4:45. What did you think of the run, Mike?
No, it was a good run. It was a little loose on top, but definitely fun. We put a little more power in it to actually try to make it think and go the opposite direction. We were going to take power out, but we decided to put more power in it, and the track liked it down low, so we made it almost all the way to the end.
Yeah, I mean, a little counterintuitive to take power out, but yeah, I mean, what kind of mile an hour did it go on that run?
It went, I believe, 165.
So you were out of the throttle just a little bit early then.
Yeah, just probably about 650 feet. What are we? 660, 600 feet.
Yeah, no, it was a great run. So you don't know who you have next round because it's a random draw, but you're in the semifinals now. What do you think you'll do for this run?
We actually put a little more power down low and leveled it out a little bit on top, so it should bottom half a little better, and I believe it should run a little better.
So I'll put you on the spot because you said 450 for the first round and you went 445. What do you think?
I'm thinking it's probably might go at 44, 42.
That'd be a great run. Thanks, Mike. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Edward Hawkes, the Hawk, with his 63 Corvette, a turbocharged car that we just ran first round here at the Rods Race. How'd it go, Mr. Hawk?
So here's the deal. Mike and I made a little side bet on who would catch a better reaction time. He told me his car was hurt, so I knew we had him covered, and I wanted to win that $100 reaction time bet, and I went red.
Man, that's a bad deal for sure, because his car was hurt, and yeah, that was a bummer deal for sure.
Hey, Mike's a good guy though, man, and if I have to lose to someone, it might as well be Mike, man. His car's hurt, and I want him out here next for July, so he can use that money to repair his car, and I'll get him next time.
Well, that's a great attitude. We appreciate that. What do you think for when you come out here 4th of July? Anything you'll be doing different?
Yeah, so we kind of struggled with the car like all season, all race. First, a lot of driver mistakes and a few car issues on the chassis, and I'll get those corrected, and we'll be well into the 450s hopefully next race. So yeah, watch out for us next time.
450s will be awesome. That'll make you a player for sure. Good luck at that. Thanks.
Thank you, Lyle.
We're here with Mike Chambers. Mike just won first round at the Rods Race here at Albuquerque Dragway on Memorial Day weekend in what I would call the biggest upset of the day. Mike, how'd that go?
Very lucky. I was extremely lucky. I'll probably buy a lottery ticket on my way home tonight. Made an extra $100 bet on the side, which I told Edward he didn't have to pay me, but they paid me anyway, and then I got him for a free t-shirt on top of that. So I just got lucky. We tore up our turbos last night. They're in my truck, going to get shipped off, so we are a wounded puppy, but we're just getting lucky. I'd rather be lucky than good.
The wind light was on in your lane, and just to make sure I understand what happened, you and Edward had a bet on who had the best reaction time, right?
Exactly.
And we interviewed Edward a few minutes ago, and he said he choked because he red lighted. So I think that you may have had the best strategy I've ever seen out here of putting pressure on somebody.
I did, and Edward and Benito, I've known them forever, good people. I probably rushed him a little bit because he did a big old long John Force burnout. So I kind of rushed on the light too, but so I'm sure I rattled him a little bit, but I got totally lucky. They were going to definitely tear me down. There was no way I was going to win that one.
Well, it worked out. Good luck second round. I guess we don't know who you're running with the random draw yet, but I hope you do a great job.
I appreciate it, and I do definitely need some luck today. Definitely.
All righty.
Thank you, guys.
So I like your new gig.
We got speed.
All right, we're here with Art Cordova in the Benz Automotive Corvette. They were the #1 qualifier today, and he won first round as well. What do you think?
I think we're going to need some more luck to win this thing. The air bottle wasn't on that run, so it didn't shift. That's why it hit the rev limiter and was popping a little bit, and we lost a lot of time. So we got to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, actually, when the car was going down the track, I heard it hit the rev limiter, and I told Leroy, I said, that didn't shift, did it?
Yeah, somebody didn't do something right on that one, so we'll make sure that doesn't happen again. I hate when that happens. By the time I shifted, we lost a lot of time.
But the great news was you had a single, and it didn't matter.
Yeah, thank God it was my run, so it didn't really matter. But,
so any changes for this round?
No, we're gonna just turn the nitrous on depending on who we're gonna have to race. Just try to put enough to win.
So this format with the random drawings like this, it kind of does affect your strategy a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, because when you know who you're going to race, you get an idea of how fast you need to go to win, because you don't want to overpower the track and end up getting loose, going up in smoke.
Right, yeah, no, I was thinking about that because, I mean, for a fact, when you know who you're going to run, you kind of have a sense for what you need to run and everything else. This deal, you might run the quickest car at the place or the slowest car at the place.
Yeah, it's tricky because with the nitrous car, you have to figure out in advance, put in the programs in advance, so when you don't really know you're going to race till the last minute, it makes it harder.
Very interesting format. Well, good luck.
Well, thanks.
All right, so we're here with Gordy King. Gordy's a #3 qualifier today at the Rods race, but on that last run, it sounded like it may have hurt itself, did it?
Yes, sir. We did experience a little bit of bad luck. We tried to step on it a little bit more last night to improve in our qualifying spot, and we really just blew the tires off of it and went up into smoke. So I made some minor adjustments, maybe bringing on the second stage a little later down the track. We adjusted some tire pressures and whatnot just to try to make sure it would hook up today, but it did bite and go. But about 3 seconds into the run there, I experienced a backfire through the carburetor, and anyone that runs a nitrous motor knows that that's not a good thing, so we immediately brought it back to the pits and we pulled out the spark plugs, and we had a couple of down cylinders, but the #8 plug we pulled out last was missing the electrode, the ground strap, and we knew already that we'd hurt it, so we performed a compression test, and we don't have any compression in cylinder #8, so I'm afraid we burned #8 piston, so I think that's going to cost us our weekend. It's kind of disheartening for us as a team. My dad, Gordon here, he's put his heart and soul in getting this engine back up ready to compete this race, so it's really sickening and disheartening for the team and our fans. We've had a group of fans come by, tell us that this is their favorite car. They love the purple, and we all love the purple too. It was my late mother's favorite color, so bless her soul. But we just got to keep trying to figure out what we're missing here. These nitrous motors, you're spraying a lot of horsepower. When the second kit kicks on this car, horsepower. You know, you're injecting 750 horsepower of nitrous, so the tuning is just very meticulous, very tight. We're missing something that we're not nailing that tune up, but we're going to keep working at it, and we'll get her figured out. I've got a lot of good people behind me here, and you know, we'll get her figured out one day, and we'll be back to the top. We're fortunate enough to win one of these events, and we've runnered up in points, you know, here. So we're well known, but we're not known to give up. So we're gonna keep after it.
Well, that's really a shame. I'm really sorry to hear that, because with the number 3 qualifier, you were right in the hunt there. I guess with a backfire in the carburetor like that, I'm surprised it didn't blow the hood scoop off the thing, huh?
That's happened before. I've had it happen so bad where the hood caught on fire, and I was down there just kind of running around, not knowing what to do. But we got. Fortunately, it didn't do any other damage other than the number 8 piston, and we hope that it didn't do anything that's going to be extremely costly, but that's the nature of these beasts with these nitrous motors. They're, like I said, they're just very difficult to tune, and tracks, you know, the tracks seem pretty good out there today. It hooked all right, but we just have some more learning to do. Every day is a learning experience with these things. We'll get her figured out.
Well, thanks for your efforts, and thanks for coming up. We appreciate having you here.
I thank you all very much. Appreciate all the fans and everybody out there, and Rods is just a great group of people, and you know, we always enjoy looking forward to come up here in Albuquerque and running. Albuquerque Dragway is an awesome place to race. So anybody ever gets a chance to come up here and take a look at these fast Outlaw cars, you're really missing a show if you haven't been out here. So, you know, I encourage you to get out and support these guys.
Great. Yes, sir. Hey, Robert, that was a great run. That was your best run of the whole weekend that time. So we're here with Robert Malone, who won first round, went a 480, first time in the fours this weekend. Great pass.
Thank you. That's what we wanted to do, go A to B. When we did it, you know, it was a good pass.
So one of the cool things about that round was the random draw, and all you guys at the starting line there talking about who was racing who and everything else. I think I heard you say something about a donation. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I bet him that basically if he won or if I won, that basically I think it was $200 to go to the memorial fund for the wounded warriors or a charity of their choice, as long as it helped veterans or first responders.
That's awesome. So $200 to one of those charities, Memorial Day weekend, it all fits in. What a great deal. Thanks, Robert.
You bet. Hopefully next round we can do the same thing.
All right, good luck to you.
Thanks.
And then we'll run Rods at 8.5, and there we have a little bit of the
Now, semifinals. Who we got here, Robert? If you give the names.
So we got Mike LeBate in the 68 Firebird twin turbo. We got Mike Chambers, seeing the theme here, double mics. And another 68 Firebird. No twin turbos though.
They're in the tray.
So then we have Arthur Cordova, 63 Corvette. And then we have Robert Malone in the
67 Chevy 2.
67 Chevy 2.
Nice.
So
who makes the first draw here for a number? Don't show the numbers yet. Don't show the number.
next quickest pass. So we got Art and we got Robert Malone.
Number 2.
Firebird. Mike and Mike.
Firebird. Mike and Mike.
Mike and Mike.
Okay. What do we say about this run? Mike.
I got $1,000. Mike's gonna win it.
Wow. Let me ask this other Mike. Which one's going to win?
I think the younger Mike's probably going to win this one.
If it doesn't work out, who has to do what? Who has to do what if it doesn't work out?
I'm gonna have to think about that one. Maybe you could go wash all the oil off my broken car.
Oh, wow. That's only 3 hours worth of work there. What do you think? You gonna accept that one, Mike LeBate?
I'll accept it.
All right.
But if I win, he's got to come over and have a nice ice cold beer.
Oh, there you go. Nice job. That's my kind of bet. There you go.
All right, I think we got a wager that we got to settle from the previous round.
right.
So Denver and Mike bet some money here.
That's right.
So
Let's go. Let's hear what that was all about.
He gets a lucky one. So I owe him the $200. Here's his $200.
Well done.
And I also came down to support your team.
I appreciate that. I'm going to give this $200 to the track so that they can make some more improvements for everybody out here. All right.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. And someone didn't have to wear orange at the starting line. That's right.
So we're here with Art Cordova. Art, your family owns Benz Automotive, which is one of the sponsors here of Memorial Day Mayhem at Albuquerque Dragway. Have you guys been involved in the rods program all the time?
Yes, we've been involved with the Rods program since the beginning. The only race we missed was the first one because we hadn't bought the car yet. And since then, we've come to just about every race, I think. Cool.
So you just won your semifinal round, went 457, pretty good run. Was it a full pull?
I was really happy with the run. It was got a little bit loose, so I got off a little bit. So we're gonna turn it up a little bit for the final. And we're racing Mike LeBate, so we're gonna have to turn it up a little bit. I think he ran 46, so should be a good race.
Cool. So you think you got a 46 in it?
Yeah, I've got another kit I'm going to turn on, so if I can keep it hooked up, should be able to get the 40s.
All or nothing, huh?
Yeah, and turn it up and see what happens.
Cool. All right, good luck to you.
Okay, thanks, Lyle.
So Mike LeBate, that was quite a run there in the semifinals. You won it with a 446. I'm thinking that Wayne and you have quite the bracket tune-up now.
It went right down that time. It rattled teeny tiny bit on top. We're doing little adjustments, and yeah, I think for the finals it should be pretty smooth.
So you're thinking you're going to probably leave it close to the same as it was?
I think if he turns it up, he's going to need to pick up a 10th. I think we might put a little more down low because it seemed to like it a lot. So I think we're going to step it to I think it's going to go a 41 this time.
A 41 would be a heck of a run, but you know, Wayne McLeod is a real wizard with this thing, so I think that's a possibility for sure.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely, he's racing in his head 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. He can't get it out of his head. He's always thinking about it, and I'm sure you're the same way.
Well, I've been accused of that a time or two for sure. Hey, good luck in the final round. It'll be an awesome final.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so we got an opportunity to catch up with Robert Costa. Robert, what do you think of how the event went tonight?
I think the eliminations have been very exciting. We've seen some very good runs from both of our finalists. They were the number 1 and number 2 qualifiers. Absolutely. And somehow stayed away from each other until the final. You know, with the random chip draw, they could get pulled any round and have to race each other, you know, earlier than expected, as compared to a normal eliminations ladder.
How often do you do a pill draw like that? That was kind of cool for the fans.
Yeah, so this is the first time that we've done it for the rods class.
Awesome.
And you know, I think they're having some fun. There's a little bit of trash talking that's going on.
Right.
A few little wagers, you know, up on the starting line, and you know, I think everybody's having a good time with it.
Well, we had some sponsor help. I mean, Benz Automotive came out. Of course, you know, Homes by LeBay. What do they call the construction company? Is construction company?
It's whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes in Homes by LeBay. Yeah.
And he might do whatever it takes to win tonight.
Exactly. They're out there. They're working hard on it. They're changing spark plugs. They're going through the valves. You know, they're checking everything. It's this is a full-blown race car. This is not a street car. This car is capable of running the quarter mile in under 6 seconds.
Wow.
And I think right now I would say they're the favorite in the finals.
Yeah.
But you can never count out the three-time champion Art Cordova.
Absolutely. I mean, you got the 2017 versus the 2018 champions going head-to-head in the first rod event of the season?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is our first of 5 events.
Okay.
And the next time we'll be out is July 4th weekend, which is July 5th and 6th. And, we'll have all these cars plus more cars. We have a couple of cars that didn't make the first race. Cars that were new, cars that are being repaired, cars that are being worked on, that type of thing.
We also wanted to mention TPC Roofing came in as a sponsor as well. So it sounds like you've got some good support. And of course, I'm sure you'd be open to some more support if you're watching. You want to get your business involved. I mean, you see a lot of neat things that go on, and this is a family fun place.
Oh, absolutely.
And,
So one of the things there's 2 things unique about drag racing compared to all the other motorsports. The first one is we allow tailgating on the south side.
Yeah.
So you can bring your truck up, put your little pop-up tent, you can get your lawn chairs, you can barbecue right next to your truck, do the whole thing. But the other thing is every ticket is a pit pass.
That's right.
So if you want to come into the pits and you want to see them working, you want to get talk to the drivers, get their autographs, all that type of thing, it's all included in the price.
Awesome.
So you don't have to pay extra to get into the pits after the races, which this is unique. You go to all the other motorsports and you're not allowed.
Yeah.
You're forbidden in the pits.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and they work together. I mean, they share ideas. I mean, it's amazing. I'm not sure the same thing happens at a circle track, but we're getting ready to go see the final. So we'll catch that for you and probably wrap things up. But always tune in every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. to New Mexico Motorsports Report, or you can check us out at nmmotorsportsreport.com. And of course, we thank ProView Channel 26 for coming out and shooting this. So make sure you follow us, follow them on YouTube as well. So let's go see the finals.
Okay. All right. So this is Ben Cordova. He owns Ben's Automotive, and Ben has been racing out here at Albuquerque. How long, Ben?
Oh, for about 40 years, 35, 40 years.
So 35 or 40 years at Albuquerque Dragway. I think that makes you kind of like me, an old guy at this game, but you're just awesome.
Well, thank you very much for that. And we seem to be doing pretty good again this year. We're starting pretty good, so I hope we can continue with this, and let's see what happens later on. Mm-hmm.
Great job.
I'd like to thank everybody for, especially the group that helped us with this, and we're doing all right.
Cool. Great job. Congratulations, Ben.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So, Art, you're the big winner at the Memorial Day Mayhem at Albuquerque Dragway. Nice job. Congratulations. Tell me about the run.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank the Lord Jesus Christ and give all the glory to Him. And I'd like to thank my crew and my sponsor, Ben's Automotive. And it's great to be in the winner's circle again. We did a personal best, 447 at 165, so I'm really happy about that.
Cool. Well, I know, going in, it's kind of a weird thing. You're the defending champion in rods, but I think you were a little bit of an underdog there. I mean, they had kind of covered you in the semifinals. What did you do to pull it out?
We turned on another kit. I was hoping it was going to stay hooked up, and it did. I was able to keep the pedal down all the way, and it just went straight down and won that race by 8 thousandths.
So a third stage of nitrous. How much more nitrous was that?
That's a 400 kit.
For a total of?
A total of 900.
Very good. Well, you guys did awesome. That was the greatest race of the night. I'm telling you that it was awesome. The Ben's Automotive team did a great job. You deserve to win. Nice job.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching Memorial Day Mayhem 2019 Rods and Outlaw 8.5 Eliminations here on ProView Sports, brought to you by Albuquerque Dragway and Whatever It Takes Construction and Homes by Labatt, Benz Automotive in Santa Fe, and TPC Roofing. Learn more about Albuquerque Dragway online at abqdragway.com, where kids under 10 are always free and every ticket is a pit pass. Big plans for the 4th of July. It's the Firecracker Nationals at Albuquerque Dragway with rods versus altereds, jet cars and combo race, real outlaw door slammers, WFA altereds, jet cars, and a full bracket race. Learn more by calling 925-2227 or look them up online at abqdragway.com.